Hello, my name is Calvin Jones, and this is my Microprocessors and Internet of Things project. I built a simple CPS system using a DHT11 to read temperature and a servo motor. The DHT11 is wired into the D2 pin for digital out, as well as ground and power. My servo motor is wired into ground and power, as well as the D4 pin for digital out. The way this system works is the DHT11 reads a temperature. If that temperature is below 25 degrees, the servo is still. If it is between 25 and 27 degrees Celsius, the servo motor rotates slowly. 27 to 29 degrees Celsius, it's a medium speed, and then above 29 degrees is a high speed. So it's similar to an air conditioning system. With that out of the way, I can demonstrate how it works. I have a temperature reading at 21.8 degrees Celsius, so about room temperature. The angle of the servo right now is just at 105. If I take a moment to blow on the DHT11, I will raise the temperature to above 29 degrees Celsius. Okay, now it is reading in at 30.8 degrees Celsius, and you can see it is rotating 60 degrees every 300 milliseconds. Now, as the temperature on the DHT11 lowers, it's going to drop below 29. It'll hit that mid-range, and now it's rotating at 30 degrees per 300 milliseconds. You can see how it's a little slower. And now dropping down into the low threshold in just a moment. Once it goes below 27 degrees. There we are. You can see it's rotating 15 degrees every 300 milliseconds, and it's going a bit slower. Now, while I wait for it to cool off a little more, I'm going to start explaining my code. At the top here, I had to download the Adafruit DHT library and then include that, as well as the built-in servo.h library. I set the pins for the DHT sensor and the servo. Now you can see below 25 degrees Celsius it is stopped. Anyways, I created the DHT and the servo objects, as well as an angle float for global use. I began the serial monitor, and I began the DHT process, and I attached the servo to the servo pin. Now, in my loop, I'm delaying 300 milliseconds every run so that I don't overload the DHT or the servo. I am reading in humidity, which I didn't end up using, but I have. And then I'm reading in the temperature. The temperature is using this if statement here to decide whether the fan is off, low speed, medium speed, or high speed. And then that simply adjusts the angle. If it gets above 180 degrees, it resets to 0 so that I don't give it a value above what the servo can rotate to. I write the servo the angle which has been determined by the temperature, and then this is just for me in the serial monitor so I can read the values of the temperature and the angle. And that's all. Thank you.